Okay, our second chapter is Introduction to MS Access 2007. So this MS Access is a database management system or database management software as a part of Microsoft Office. That is a product from Microsoft Corporation, American company, software manufacturing company. So that is just an introduction in this chapter. So just see what is mentioning in that chapter. So introduction part, you can see a database is an organized collection of related information. So database is an organized collection of related information. If you are keeping record of some information, for example, the details of your class members, that is their name, house name, then a phone number, all these are related information. That means connected information, connected to that person. So such organized collection of related information is called a database. That is a single person information, his name, his house name, his phone number. Suppose 10 students are in your class. So that you have to organize in a neat way. That means easily you have to get data from that collection of information. Okay, that is called as a database. A database is an organized collection of related information. Related means that data should be connected with each other. For example, name will be connected with his house name, then will be connected with his phone number, like that. For example, an address book is a database of your friends' relative names, address and phone numbers. Address book, all of you know, a small book in which we are writing the phone number and address, or telephone index, that is a database. In your phone you can see a contacts, phone contacts, that is a database. So in that all are arranged in a systematic way. Okay, these are examples of database. So any collection of data or information which is properly organized is a database, that is systematically arranged. Any collection of data or information that is systematically arranged or organized is a database. A computer program known as database management software is used to create, delete, edit and report on the information stored in a database. That is, to manage or to handle this data, to arrange systematically, a software is used in computer. That software is called as database management software, because this software is managing the data. That is, adding data, storing it in a particular order. Then if you want to change that data, that also you can do, that is editing data. Then if you want some information from that stored data, we can take that information in the form of report. Okay, that is a computer program known as DBMS, that is the short form of database management software, is used to create, delete, edit and report. Report is, that is information you are taking from the stored data on the information stored in a database. Okay, now it is a program that is used to create, delete, edit and report on the information stored in a database. So any software that is used to store data in a systematic way in your computer or any electronic device, we can call it as database. So that should be able to store data, retrieve data. Retrieve means take it back. Then modify data, that is editing. Should be able to remove data, that is deleting. These are the basic functions of a DBMS software. Okay, now come to the database management system. What is this database management system? Database management system is an application software, that is, it is a program for the user which is used to create and manage database. This program is used to create a database and manage the database. Manage means you can modify the contents of the database, you can delete the content, you can change the way you are storing in that database. All these are called managing. So it stores the data in such a way that becomes easier to retrieve. Retrieve means take back the stored data. When you store the data, you should be able to take it back. That is known as retrieve. Manipulate means work with the data. You can modify the data, you can change the data. All these are called manipulate. And produce information. And produce information means take the stored information in a neat and systematic way. That is information or the report. So these are the basic functions of DBMS. Then once the data is stored properly, one can display or print the stored information in various formats. That we call it as report. Once we store data systematically, we can display or print the stored information in various formats. That means the way we want, we can arrange it in the printout or on the screen. For example, is here, such as students' mark sheet. So when we are entering the details of students, name, roll number, admission number, fees, marks, all details of student in a database, we can take the mark sheet only. That means name, roll number, class, division, and all the marks use code for the exam. No need of other data like fees data or any other data that is stored in the database. Okay, that is, we call it as mark sheet. That is a report. Then salary statement. In the case of employees in a firm, for example, teachers are getting salary monthly from the school. So in the accountant will be keeping record of how many days teachers work, how many days teachers took salary, what is their basic salary, all will be stored in the database. Based on this stored data, the accountant will be using the software to make the salary statement. That program will automatically make that salary statement. Then stock statement. Stock statement is usually used in shops or business firms. Suppose you are selling some products. So how many products are in your shop? Thousands of products are in your shop, including the godown and storage. If you want to know how many pens are remaining in your stock, if you want to search in the godown, it will be difficult. So all these details will be stored in a database in a computer. So when you open that database, you can see how many pens are remaining in your shop or how many pencils are remaining. So that if it is less, you can give order. That is the use of stock statement. Then mailing labels. That is another case. Suppose you want to invite your family members for a function, housewarming or marriage function. So suppose 1,000 or 2,000 relatives and families and friends are there in your phone database. So if you want to print the addresses, suppose the addresses are in your contact list, then you can use this facility, mailing labels. That is a tool in this DBMS package. All DBMS softwares will not be supporting all features. That depends upon the type of DBMS or the software you are using. Okay, that is the main function of DBMS or database management software. One fact bite is here. This Charles Bachman was the first person who developed DBMS, and it was called Integrated Data Storage or IDS. Otherwise it will be difficult to read the book. After the class you should be able to read the book to clear your doubts. Okay, next is advantages and disadvantages of DBMS. What are the benefits and demerits or merits and demerits of DBMS? Benefits and drawbacks or advantages and disadvantages. And first is advantages. First advantage is reduction of redundancies. Redundancy means repetition of data. If you are noting down in a notebook, for example, if you are writing down in a notebook all the details of your family members, sometimes the same family member name you might write 2 or 3 times, because it may be 2 or 3 pages before or after now you are writing. Okay, that means repetition may be there if you are doing manually. But if you are using a DBMS package, DBMS software will not allow you to repeat the same data. When you try to add, that time it will display already that data exists, what you want to do. Some dialog box you will get. That is one advantage. Reduction means reduce or bring down redundancies, repetition of same data. That is, avoids unnecessary duplication of data and effectively reduces the total amount of data storage required. That means if you store the same data again and again, it will be occupying the storage. That means your computer memory. Okay, if you avoid storing again and again, then you maximize the usage of your memory. So that is one benefit. It will remove the redundancy or repetition of or duplication of same data. Then second advantage is shared data. When you make a database, this database can be used by different applications. If you create a database in MS Access, that database can be used by Excel. It can be used by MS Office. Any other application that can use MS Access database can use it. So now need to make separate database for that program. That is shared data. Another case is several users can use the same data. If you create a database in your computer, your brother or your sister or any other relative can use the same data if you share that data with them. That means you have to allow them to use it, then all can use the same data. No need to make again and again. That is the advantage. So allows the sharing of data by any number of application programs or users. Sharing can be by the application or the programs, or it can be by the users. Two types of sharing are mentioning here. And third one is security. That means you can make your data safe. Without your permission, nobody will be able to use that data or will not be able to see the data that is stored in a database. Normally, this security will be provided using a username and password. So those who knows that username and password only will be able to see that data or use that data, so that your data is safe or secure. That is the third advantage. So these are the main advantages. That is reduction of redundancies, that is removal of repetition of data. Then shared data. Data can be used by different application or different users. And security, it will make your data more safe. Then what are the drawbacks or disadvantages? One is complexity. That means the storing data and retrieving it, that is taking it back from your computer, is a complex operation. That means it is a complicated operation. So many steps are there. If any problems are there, data corruption may occur. That means while writing the data, suppose your device is off or system hung, then that data may not be writing properly. So next time when you open your database, sometime no data will be there. That will be corrupted. Data will be destroyed due to that non-functioning of database. So that is a complex system. So if you are using databases, backup and recovery operations are fairly complex. So backup means saving the data into another file, because once one file is damaged, you want to take the data from a backup. So normally we will be making a backup. That is, same data you will be storing in another file, that is called backup. So when the data is corrupted or missing, you can take the backup data. That is called recovery. You can recover the data using some tools provided in this DBMS. So these are complex operations in a DBMS environment. That is one disadvantage. It is not very easy. It will take some time to backup and restore or recover a corrupted database. And next is performance. Some DBMS are very slow because in big firms, a lot of data will be there, just like Oracle. It's a big database. Oracle will be having huge amount of data, so the performance will be very slow. That means when you are searching for a single information, that searching will be going through the entire details in the database. For example, 10 lakh records are there. For example, one Aadhaar database. Aadhaar card, all of you know. Aadhaar card is kept in a database, UDICE. That is unique identification code. One authority is there. In their computer, all Indians' Aadhaar details are stored. So if you are searching for your details, it will take some time to get your information, because the database has to search the entire people, all over the details of the Indian people stored in that database. That is one disadvantage, performance. That is only for big databases. Okay, small databases it will work easily. The next is expensive. Third one is expensive. It is expensive and occupies a large storage space in hard disk. This database is expensive. When you are going for buy this softwares, it is very expensive database management system. Free versions are also available, but it will not be supporting all the features. Free services will not be available for free softwares. That is one issue. So companies will be going for trusted database, just like Oracle's. Okay, then it is expensive. You have to pay huge amount of data for maintaining the database, and also it needs a large storage space in the storage device, that is in a hard disk. So these are the main disadvantages of DBMS software. Okay, next section is basic components of a DBMS. So database management system, what is going inside this program, that is explaining in the next section. The basic components of a DBMS are field, record and table. One sample collection of data is given in the picture. So it is a collection of details of some employees. Some employees details are here. First employee's detail is in first row. That is employee ID is 101. Name is Amit Ranch. Address is Kochi. Telephone number is 434123410. This one row is the information or related information of a single employee. Then second row is the related information of another employee. So 4 details of employees are given here. Then if you take a single category of all the employees, for example name, that you can see in one column, that is a single category or a single type or same type of information of all the datas. So here name, if you take name column, all are names. Amit Ranj is the name of first person, Hemang is the name of second person, Murali is the name of third person, Sagar is the name of fourth person. So all will be the same type of information. Such type of grouped information we call it as field. Okay, this tabular format is represented to easily understand the things. Inside the database it may not be in this way. Okay, it will be in different format. To easily understanding, this format is always displaying in the textbook, that is table format, rows and columns. So inside the computer it will not be in this format. Storing will not be in the way you are seeing now on the screen, but this architecture it will be using. The style of storing will be in the same way. Okay, that is one single column that contains same type of information is called a field. So emp ID is a field, name is a field, address is another field, telephone number is another field. Now you understand what is field? Same type of information that you take from all the information, different informations, related information you are storing. In that collection of information, if you take the same type of data of all the collection, that we call it as field. In this picture, a single column is called as a field. Then that is field. Okay, now see, a column in a table that contains only one type of information is called a field. it represents a specific item of information. For example, employee ID, employee name, address, telephone number, etc. are different field names. So next is a record. Any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can unmute your mic and you can ask, no problem. Okay. So then what is record? The related information of each individual in this table. That means each employee, all the information of separate employee are kept in single rows. That information, that is related information, is called as record. In this picture, a single row that represent all the related information of a particular data stored in your database is called as record. That is a single row. That row is a related information. That means first row you can take, for example, 101 is the employee ID of Amit Ranch. Then Kochi is the address of Amit Ranch. All are related, connected with each other. If you try to connect the first row with the second row, there is no connection. Okay, that is why single row that is having related information is known as record. Okay, now see what is record. The record is a collection of all the fields for a particular object in a database. Object means that item that you are storing in a database. That is object. Item can be detail of an employee. Item can be details of a student. Like that. That is object. The record is a collection of all the fields. Field, a single information of a single type. That is field. The record is a collection of all the fields for a particular object in a database. When a database is shown as a table, it's in tabular format, rows and columns. If you represent a table in tabular format, that is in rows and columns, a record is one row of a table. A record can be considered as one row of a table. In the given example, employee ID, employee name, address, telephone number indicates one complete record of employees. Okay, in this example, 4 record is there. First record is 101 with employee ID 101. Second record is employee ID with 102. Third record is employee ID with 103. Fourth record is employee ID with 104. So now you got the idea what is field and record. Field is the column, record is the row. When you arrange the table in this rows and column format. Okay, now what is table? Table is a collection of related record. A record is one row. This one row and second row has some relation. That is, all are employees of an office or an institute. Okay, that is the relations. So now others are in this list. All are employees of that particular organization. Now other details of any student or any salesman, it is not included in this database. All are connected with that employer. Okay, that is table. Multiple records combined to form a table. That is collection of a related record is called a table. Okay, now the different types of database. Based on how data is stored in a database, this is classified. Types of database. There are mainly two types of database, that is flat file database and relational database. The difference is, in flat file, all the data is stored in a single file. In computer, all the data will be stored in a single file. But in a relational database, this data will be splitted into so many small files, and all these small files will be related with each other or connected with each other or linked with each other. That is the difference with relational database and flat file database. Flat file, all will be in one single database. Then a relational database will keep in small separate files, and all these small files will be connected together to become a single database or to work like a single database. That is relational database. Okay, now what is flat file database? We can see. A flat file database is a type of database that stores data in a single table. For the example that you have seen now, this is an example for a flat file database. All are in single file or a single table. Okay, what is RDBMS or relational database? Relational database management system, that is discussing about software. Before that, I will tell you what is RDBMS. So the same case, in the previous case, you have seen a table having the employee details. If you arrange it in this way, can you see the picture? I am splitting that single table into two tables. One table is containing employee ID, name and address. Another table is containing employee ID and telephone number. So one column will be common in both tables. Using that common column, we will be connecting these two tables. Okay, that means this in this example, this employee ID column is used to connect with the second table. So if we connect using these two tables, then if you move to one database or one table first to the first record, the second table also will be moving to that correct record. For example, in the first database or in the first table, if we move to this record number 2, that is 102, automatically in the second table also it will move to 102. That is called linking or setting relation between tables. That you have to set. You have to set relation on the table on the common field. On the common field. In this case, it is employee ID, so that you can access all the information from both the tables. If you need telephone number only, then only this small table need to open. If you need employee name and address, then you need to open the first table only. This table only, first table only you need to open. So if you want name, address and telephone number, then both the table need to open. Okay, that is the advantage of RDBMS, Relational Database Management. Okay, now we can come to that RDBMS. RDBMS is the software. A relational database management system is a system in which data is stored in such a way that data is related to one another. That means it will be keeping in small tables and will be connecting with each other. It is the most commonly used database. It consists of number of tables and each table has its own primary key. What is primary key? Primary key is the column name or the field name that we use to connect with the other table. That should be the same type and same size. The data in this field will not be repeating. It will not allow you to repeat the data in the primary field. So that is primary field is the field or the column using which you are connecting two tables. Okay. So it is the most commonly used database. It consists of number of tables and each table has its own primary key. That column is called as primary key. When you have to set the link or connection, for that we use primary key. Some popular relational database systems are Oracle, MS Access, etc. So these are the examples of RDBMS, Oracle, MS Access. Then SQL is the MySQL. So how many are there? Only 2 examples are in your textbook. So next come to our subject, Microsoft Access 2007. So Microsoft Access 2007 is a relational database management system. So Microsoft Office is the most popular and powerful relational database management system which can be used effectively to create database. You can easily create a database in MS Access 2007. It organizes the data in the form of tables. Within MS Access, there are four major objects: table, query, form, and report. So this MS Access contains different objects. One object is table. Table you know already, that is for storing the data. Then query is another object. Query is to extract stored data in a way that you need. For example, in a stored database, you need your name and phone number only. That is called a query. If you take a subset of a table, some data is only from a table, and you make another table, that is called a query. Then form. Form is a user interface or a screen using which you can easily enter data into the table. So if you know the contents of the table, you can easily enter the table. But if you are making the table for someone else to use, that person using that table will not be knowing what is the content he or she has to enter in the first column, in the second column, like that. So you can make a user screen, a screen that will give information regarding all the columns, so that users can easily enter the data using that screen. That type of screen is called forms, just like the forms that you are getting from our school, application form. In that application form, one side all the headings are there. Right side, looking onto the heading, you can write the data on the right hand side, that is blank column. That is an example for a form. In computer also you can create similar form which will make easy for entering the data into the table. Then next is a report. A report is the data that you take from a table and print it on a paper in a neat way, in a required manner. So if you need details of a sales on a particular month or on a particular day, you can make a sales report. So that day's sales will be printing on that paper. So that is report. That's some printout you take. Any doubt? Okay. So MS Access contains four major objects. More objects are the modules, macros, like that. It is not mentioning here. Main four objects are table, query, form, and report. Now what is table? Table, now you already know what is a table. Table represents the data in the form of rows and columns. A database can contain one or more tables. Minimum one table is needed to work with. You can add as many tables as you need depending upon the memory of your computer. Okay, so that table is used for storing the data. It is in the form of rows and columns, or records and fields. The next object, query. Query, as I explained, it is mentioning here, a query is a question asked from the database. Question means some request you are making to the database. It helps in retrieving and processing the data stored in the database. Retrieving means take back, and processing, that means to do or to work on the data stored in the tables. It is used to extract a subset, by subset, part of your table, only some details from the table, that is subset. It is used to extract means take back from the table only some part of that stored data, subset of data from a table. Then when one asks some questions to the database and select a set of data from the database, it is known as query. Suppose you want to know whether a person is with the name Mohammad Aman in that table or Rizil Roshan. That is just like asking the table, is that table containing a person with the name Rizil or Aman or others. So that is we will be doing with some commands, SQL commands. So when we are asking that table using a query, it will return. If the data is there, it will display the record containing that data. If data is not there, it will display a blank table. Okay. That is known as query, just searching inside the table. If it is there, if the data you are searching is inside the table, it will display that selected record containing that data. If it is not there, it will display a blank table. So that is known as queries. And for example, using the query from the students database, one can select all the students who have secured first class. So if the school is keeping the marks in a database, then the school or the principal want to call all the students who got the first class and give some award. So the principal can easily make a query on that table, and principal will be extracting details of all the students who got first class. So that is an easy tool. The next is form. Form I already explained. A form is an interface. Interface means a user screen or a window on your screen, computer screen, used for viewing, adding, deleting and modifying data. Using that screen, you can view the content of a table, you can add data to the existing table, you can delete the data from the table, and you can change the data from the table, that is modify the data. So you can view data, you can add data, you can delete data, you can modify data using the form. Form is nothing but a screen between the user and the table. A form is more useful for viewing or editing individual record. So it will make more convenient for editing single records. That means record by record, individual record. Then fourth object, report. Reports help in presenting data in a professional format, in a neat format, neatly arranged format. Generally, a report is used to obtain the printed copy of the data. Generally, the printout of this neatly arranged data is called as report. For example, in an employee database, you may generate a report showing the names and addresses of all the employees. For example, an employer, the company want to get the details of the employees working in that organization. You can take a report showing all the details, all the names of the employees working in that organization. So big companies need so many reports. For example, they may have branches, Calicut branch, Ernakulam branch, Cochin branch, Bangalore branch. So many branches will be there. So if they want to get the details from a single branch, the employees working in Bangalore branch, that manager can take the printout using a query. Query will make the subset. Query will extract the people who is working in the Bangalore on branch, and using that query, manager can take the printout. So that is the report of employees who is working in Bangalore. Okay, these are the main objects in a database.